And we're live. Hello and welcome to the 38th episode of Game Theory Gang. My name is Maddie Allen and I'm here with two amazing Hexicans. We have ChrispyMan of hexfire.io and that Amish kid. Welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
So everybody hit the like and subscribe button. And this is actually going to be the shortest episode of Game Theory Gang ever. We're doing a 10-minute episode. And the first story that we have is having to do with the reason why we have that Amish kid on is because he made this viral video of himself getting into a ice cold bucket of water. And I couldn't resist like interviewing you about it. So welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, man. I've watched your show a lot.
Oh, thanks. And yeah, so I guess I'll go ahead and play it. This is something that I guess Richard Hart maybe retweeted or commented on or something. And of course, it looks like you've been into Hex for a long time. When did you start?
I got into HEX in the spring of 2020. So
Sweet.
A little while.
Cool. And here you are, there's a horse in the background. It looks like it's just snowed there, and you are stepping into this frozen bucket of ice and ice water, really. And there you go, and you sit down in the ice cold water. Look.
Yeah.
So what's the story here? Why did you share this on Twitter and have it blow up so much?
Well, I've been struggling with boredom a little bit lately, so just trying to find new things to do. And I'm pretty into like health and fitness. Try to go to the gym every day, and cold plunging is really healthy for you. So I tried it. I did it a couple days before I made this video, and then one day I was like, might as well video it. Might as well post it on Twitter, see if he likes it. And then Richard Hart commented on it, which is pretty cool. It's always nice to get recognition from the boss.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. And it kind of fits with the whole idea of like mind over matter. Is that right?
Yeah, like I'm a big believer in like the power of your will and stuff. So like I try to mind over matter. Force my body to take it, I guess.
Woohoo.
I can definitely see some parallels between that and Hex because, you know, the whole point of Hex is to delay gratification. And to some people, that can be like even more fearful than getting into an ice cold bath of water. But to a lot of people, it would be like equally as horrible for people to think of like sending money to their future self. And it personally, I just I was supposed to do this 6 months ago, but I just rebought my TShares. They came out on a yearly stake that I had, and it took me until this point of Hex only being worth like 2 or 3 cents that I could force myself to part with my Hex for now and then see it in 15 years from now. And so I don't know, maybe that's why this spoke to me so much, is because like in a bear market, Hexicans are doing crazy things like sending money to their future selves, time locking, and getting in any kind of like, as you said, like health things as possible.
Yeah, any type of self-development or fitness or health or anything like that is really just all delayed gratification. Doing things now that you don't want to do, that are uncomfortable, for a better outcome in the future, you know. So yeah, definitely has similarities to Hex.
Yeah, totally. Well, thanks so much for coming on and being an awesome part of the Hex community. I want everybody to be able to follow you, and so I'll go ahead and I'll post your Twitter here in the live stream. Can you just tell us verbally, for the people who are just listening and not watching the screen, like, can you tell people where to follow you at?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter. My Twitter handle is house_of_hex. And that's pretty much the only place that I'm really active. And yeah, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. And maybe we can talk again sometime, man.
That sounds great. We'll see you in the future, man.
All right.
Take care.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
All right, keep that tub
Peace.
warm. Yeah. I saw that. Yeah. I had just followed him the other day after I saw that I saw Richard Hart had retweeted him. It was pretty cool. I was mesmerized, man. You'd hear me screaming probably. I mean, I've done some polar bear stuff, but that was pretty cool.
People who have been following Quan Gang, right, which is the Tuesday night show that preceded this one, people remember about a year ago is when Kareem and Wales and I started like challenging each other to do cold water showers and stuff to really wake yourself up and I guess be more mindful of your day. So that's that's something I haven't done in a while. Maybe I'll try it now that I'm back to staking. I did I rebought my TShares finally. You know, it's like
that's good. Nice to hear you're grounded.
I know. It's but the one thing that I didn't realize necessarily is that the price of HEX dipping could get to the point where it's less painful, even though it's still painful to send money to my future self. It's less painful because the dollar value right now is less. And so that's in one way that a bear market can help me in in a way that I didn't suspect.
It's a psychological thing. You know, I don't know what numbers you're dealing with, but if you're dealing with like $100, and I'm not suggesting you are, but if you're dealing with like $100 a HEX, you'd be like, I might as well just go out Quattro Cinco. Maybe 1,000 is a different story, right? So, you know, kind of evens out that way. But I like that you did that because, you know, I think that depending who you are, you're really in the T-share preservation business now, not necessarily the T-share growth business, because it's very hard to accumulate more T-shares.
Yeah.
And but at these prices, not so bad, right? Maybe if you're bringing new capital in or whatever. But
or airdrops. You know, I was shocked every time I dollar cost average out of Pulse Dogecoin. It pumps right the next day. It's like you know,
you should give me a heads up
new
next
indicator.
time.
Yeah, it'll be an indicator now. So, but that's money that I've been using, even though it has hurt in the short term. That's money, that airdrop money that I continue to, you know, put into HEX. So I know that with only running a 10-minute show, what is it that you can tell us that you've observed this week in the HEX?
Lots more activity. Activity is going through the roof for HEX wallets. New indicator up that it's not new, but it's new for me. New chart that we put up, or I put up for something called theoretical maximum T-shares. And that's where you look at the maximum number of T-shares that could be created at any time. And it's coming down significantly. It's been coming down day over day. And you calculate that by assuming all circulating HEX was staked in one day for Quattro Cinco. And then you add that with the current stakes. And so what's happening is the actual T-shares that have been that are allocated in the maximum, the gap is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So kind of putting a little bit of squeeze on. Big penalty week this week, and our average is way up for average payouts. So I think we're 6.3 for the last 180 days, 6.306, and the last 30 days, 6.477. So as a staker, great news.
Yeah. That is great news. And it, you know, every little bit adds up. If you can, what I was telling myself is that if I can find any excuse to do a little bit of time locking while, you know, while the T-shares are getting more scarce in terms of the maximum supply that could ever exist, while that number is falling so quickly, and while we just continue to find all these different metrics that seem to, you know, seem to paint a case for the long-term play to accumulate the most HEX. So that's really cool. And the other thing that I wanted to mention, that people who are used to like having a 2-hour production on Tuesday nights, if you haven't seen my 2-hour interview last night with Crypto Coffee, I'm going to link that right now so we can go raid the replay on that. And that was probably the most I've ever talked about my values for why I'm in crypto, is because of behavior change, because of all the things that crypto can give us beyond just getting richer or poorer at any given moment. And so it was definitely a special conversation that happened last night. And so I would hope that everybody can, if you haven't seen that, go ahead and watch that episode that I linked to right there. It's about 15 minutes into the conversation that we really get past the introduction and get into what's really going on with HEX, that, from a 3-year perspective. And then we talk about time pays me. We talk about delaying gratification and all the behavior change and contingency management possibilities. So with that being said, keeping this one super short, thank you, ChrispyMan, for joining. And we'll have probably a normal length episode next week.
Sounds good.
So with that being said, here's the outro music.
And we're not live.
Stake wisely, my friends, and peace out.
Stake wisely, my friends.